Hi guys, I hope you all are doing great. So in this video we are going to talk about and study about fingerprints. So this is a continuation video of our previous video, that was fingerprints part 1, and this is continuation, maybe kind of a part 2. Okay, so before going into today's video, I just want to have a small recap of our previous video, that what we have studied about fingerprints. So what are fingerprints? Fingerprints are the patterns which are observed on our palms, fingers, and on the planar surface of our feet. So basically they are patterns. Okay, so there are different kinds of patterns through which each individual is different from the other individual, right? So as I said you, that if you observe keenly, then you can see like this kind of shapes running through on your fingers and palms and everything. So this elevated part is known as papillary or friction ridges. Okay, papillary or friction ridges. So basically we call them as ridges, and between these two ridges, whatever the valley is formed, so that valley formed between the two ridges is known as furrows or grooves. Okay, then so these patterns on our fingers form our fingerprint. So let us take as this is a kind of fingerprint. Okay, let us assume that. So that there will be different kinds of patterns in it, like that. Okay, yeah. Then so there are different patterns of fingerprints. So basically there are 4 patterns of fingerprints. Okay, remember there are 4 patterns of fingerprints, that is arches, holes, loops, and composites. Coming to the arches. So again in arches we have 2 types of arches, that is plain arches, which is denoted by symbol A, tented arches, which is denoted by symbol T. Just remember that the first letter of the word is this symbol. Okay, plain arches. Okay, for this it is T, but for this is normal A. Therefore we have plain arches and tented arches. So what are plain arches? A plain arch is a simple fingerprint pattern where ridges enter on one side of the fingerprint, rise in a gentle wave-like manner in the center, and exit on the opposite side, resembling a smooth hill shape without a sharp upward spike or deltas. Okay, so plain arch is simple fingerprint arch where, as I said, the ridges will be the elevated parts, right? So they enter from one side. So let us take as, I'll just show you in a small diagrammatic representation way. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so where the ridges enter on one side of the finger, okay, they enter like this and rise in a small gentle way, and again they exit from the opposite side like this. Okay, normally like this, small gentle upward wave like manner in the center part. It comes from one end and moves from the other end. Okay, ends from the other end. So that is known as plain arch. Then what is tented arch? Tented arch symbol is T, as I said. A tented arch fingerprint has ridges that create a tent-like appearance, forming a sharp angle or spike in the center rather than smooth curve. So in plain arch we had smooth ends without a sharp Okay, but whereas in dented arch we don't have smooth curves. Okay, they make a tent like appearance. Okay, that is known as dented arches. Then loops. Again in loops there are two types of loops, that is radial loops and ulnar loop. Okay, radial loop is denoted by symbol R, whereas ulnar loop is denoted by symbol U, that is the first letter of their word. Radial loop. A radial loop fingerprint is a type of fingerprint loop pattern where the ridges flow from the thumb side of the finger and curve back towards the thumb. So I'll just see. This is okay. This is a hand. Okay, I don't know why it happened like this. Anyway, so this is a hand. So it is a type of fingerprint where loop patterns. You know how loops will be like this. So in radial loop, what happens means the ridge will flow from the thumb side of the finger and curve back towards the thumb side. So within this hand, where is the thumb? Yeah, this side is the thumb, right? So in the fingerprint, it will be like the ridges will come from the thumb side like this and again move to the thumb side itself. Okay, like that. Then ulnar loop, it is just totally opposite to radial loop. Okay, so what happens in ulnar loop is it is a type of fingerprint pattern where the ridges flow from the little finger side of the hand, recurve and then flow out towards the little finger side again, which means again if you take a hand representation, so just think this is the thumb and this is the little finger. Okay, so the fingerprint pattern will be like this form. Okay, like this. Okay, it's coming from the left side finger side and again recurving and again it's ending towards the little finger side again. So this is known as ulnar loop. So radial loop means remember the thumb side. Ulnar loop is towards the little finger side. Done. Then holes. Holes are common type of fingerprint pattern, making about 30 to 35% of all fingerprints characterized by circular or spiral ridge patterns. So basically they will be like circular or spiral like this. Okay, so this is what the holes will look like. So circular or spiral ridge patterns. So this is a very common type of pattern of fingerprint, making up about 30 to 35% of all fingerprints. Okay, so there are types of hole fingerprints, that is plain, central pocket loop, double loop and accidental hole. So plain hole means this pattern has one or more ridges that form a complete circle or spiral and features two deltas. Central pocket loop hole, a type of hole that starts as a loop but ends with a hole at the center. Double loop hole. This pattern is formed by two distinct loops that intertwine and recreate an S-like shape. Okay, double loop. Okay, basically it will be like S shape, right? So this will be one hole and this will be like one hole kind of hole. Okay, you can just observe in the images and pictures. Accidental hole. This is a catch-all category of any hole pattern that does not fit into the other three categories, having an irregular or mixed shape. So these are the four types of holes. Then composite type of fingerprint. So it is a combination of multiple fingerprint patterns such as loop, arches and holes. So till now you know what are arches. Arches means ridge coming from one end, again slightly elevated in the center and again going from the other one. This is arches. Loops are again, as I said, two types, that is radial loop and ulnar loop. Thumb side radial loop, little finger side ulnar loop. Okay, this is loop. And what is hole? Hole is a circular spiral patterns. This is hole. So composite means it is a combination of loops, arches and holes together. Okay, let us see how is that going to be happening. So again there are four types under that, there is central pocket loop, lateral pocket loop, twinned loop and accidental patterns. So in this pattern features a loop with a small circular hole like structure near the center. It is a combination of a loop and hole pattern. So in this central pocket loop, it is a combination of loop and hole pattern. Central pocket loop. Similar to a central pocket loop, the lateral pocket loop also features a loop with a small pocket of hole nearby, but it occurs to the side of the main loop. Twin loop. This pattern consists of two distinct loops, each with its own delta and core, combined with a single print. Accidental patterns. An accidental pattern is an irregular or complex configuration that does not conform to the definition of any other pattern. It is unique combination of two or more different pattern types. So these are the four types of composite pattern of fingerprinting. So in this image you can observe this is a plain arch. So you can see that here it is slightly elevated, again going from this end of it. Then tented arch, as I said, there will be a tent like structure, right? The ridge in the center, they form tent like structure. So it means like this. You can see here, you can observe in this middle part. Then a loop, as I said, see. So this loop, can you identify what is this loop and what is this loop? As I said, there are two types of loops, right? So how it is running from? Little finger side, okay, this side. When you take as this, okay, this is little finger, this is thumb, just assume that. So it is from little finger side. So this is an ulnar loop. This is from this side, which means radial loop. And this is the hole as a circular or spiral. So here you can observe that is circular or spiral. Just wait a minute. Okay, so you can observe here it is a circular part, and this is going like this to this, and here it's going like this to this, and in tented arch is showing like a tented image, okay, tent like structure. Plain arch like this, just from one end to the other end. There's a central pocket loop. Little pocket loop, twin loop, as I said, this is like kind of S shape, right? You can observe here. And this is accidental, okay? It's like we can't define it properly, okay? So these are the different types of patterns of fingerprints. So based on this we separate the individuals and classify the different types of fingerprints. And thank you. If you have liked this video, just like and subscribe and share it with your forensic science friends. And I lastly suggest that just don't follow this. I recommend you to go through the different kinds of books, refer different kinds of books and study in details, okay? And thank you.